Did you know that there is only 23% of adult males teaching at the elementary education level? The purpose: I want to express why I want to go into the elementary education field. Credibility: I use resources like books, articles, and websites to gather information about my field of interest. The three main points I will discuss about. First, what is elementary education? Second, why am I considering going into the elementary education field? And lastly, how am I preparing to enter the elementary education field? Now I have discussed about my 3 points. The first is, what is elementary education? Our first year for a teacher is rough. It's a lot of trial and error for a teacher. It takes a couple of years for a teacher to figure out how he or she wants to run a classroom. And what is a teacher's duties? I am only going to talk about 3 of those. The first one is creating lesson plans. The second is communicate to parents about their child's progress and develop and enforce classroom rules. What is a teacher's pay? According to BLS.org, nationally is around $57,980. It also depends on years of experience, education, and other skills such as a certification. Now I have discussed what is elementary education. Now I am moving on to why am I considering going into elementary education. The reason I believe that I can make the reason I believe that I can make a positive impact on children's life on a daily basis. The mentor that told me that I should go into the elementary education field. Angela Cox is an instructor at Randolph Community College. She's the head department of early childhood education. My second semester of my first degree, right before I graduated, she came and taught me for a few minutes and asked what my plans were after Randolph Community College. And I told her I was coming back to get my transfer degree in elementary education. And she told me, you know what, go ahead and do it because I've worked so well with children in the past in the early childhood field, and she said that I will make a great teacher in the elementary education field. The reason I believe the elementary education field is a good fit for me is because of my previous experience. Working with children takes 3 traits. The first one is patience, the second is physical stamina, and the last one is lots of resources. With these 3 traits, I have a lot of experience in them, and I can transfer this into the elementary education field. Now I have discussed why am I going into the elementary education field. I will move on. How am I preparing to enter the elementary education field? Randolph Community College has a 2-year program called the Associate of Arts degree. It's a 2-year program, and you'll have to follow UNCG guidelines on what classes to take for elementary education. The 3 classes you have to take is Pre-Calculus 271, British Lit 1 and 2, or American Lit 1 and 2. The other classes is up to you, but my preference is take what classes that you enjoy, because you will use them in the future for whatever career of interest that you have in. How does the University of North Carolina, Greensboro transfer degree works? A person will have to send a transcript to UNCG, and it costs $65. For elementary education, you have to do the same steps, but there's a twist to it. It's called the reverse program. It's a reverse transfer program at UNCG for elementary education. I'll talk about that in a few minutes. What specific requirements are required before entering the elementary education field at the University of North Carolina of Greensboro? I would have to take 3 classes and a test. So basically, when you get transferred into UNCG, you'll be in the reverse transfer program. And basically, these 3 classes you would have to take in this test. Before you get into the program, you have to take the Commons test. It's called Proximity 1, and it costs $50. The 3 classes I would have to take is TED 2.2, that is Teaching as a Profession, TED 250, that is a teaching profession for math for children, and Math 112, that's the lowest math you can take at UNCG. I'm going to leave you with this quote. Robert Frost was an American poet. He quote, "I am not a teacher, but I am an awakener." All right, thank you so much for listening, and have a good day.